I'm Sam Mitchell, and these are my stories. Howdy, folks. I'm having a good day today. So, for this episode, I want to talk to you about the difference between being blunt and being honest. One can lead you into some trouble, the other can lead you into some good. I hope you guys know which one can lead you into the bad and lead you into the good. But anyway, I want to talk about them and the differences and the similarities because I feel like ever since sophomore year, I've struggled with the time to know to be honest and the time to be blunt. So the difference is honesty means never lying and admitting your mistakes. Blunt means telling the truth too far or saying it to the wrong person. I think I struggle with this because I hate liars and I always tell the truth. Except maybe when I was younger I was sliding a little bit of lies. But we won't get into that. And I don't think I quite understand the difference because I'll say stuff that I probably should not say in the moment. And I get that uncomfortable silence and I kind of want to throw it back. Kind of like throwing a fish back that's not good enough or not suitable when you catch the fish. Now, I'd like to get into bluntness. I think bluntness can also come in good ways. They can teach you how to defend yourself. So if you're a blunt person, you're a strong human being. And if someone's being mean to you, you have a higher chance of defending yourself much more than someone with a low, and I mean low, self-esteem. Also, I did research on this. Your friend can give you the best advice ever. So if your friend is a blunt person, he's going to tell you how directly it is. And he's not going to care. He's not going to soft serve it for you like I mentioned before. He's going to tell you directly how it is. And that advice can help. And I think it helps most people. I think it would help most people than someone else with a very low self-esteem. Or it can cause a laugh. A lot of blunt people like to say, I told you so. And if they do that kiddingly, then that is an extension for a very good laugh. Or they could show affection with bluntness. They may not like something of yours, but they're complimenting it in a unique way and just sarcastically complimenting it. Like, for example, they could say, did you need to get a haircut that makes your head look like a salad bowl? Now, you see, they're just blunt with you because they don't like the haircut, but because they're your friend, they're just going to make a joke out of you, basically. But bluntness can come across in bad ways, too. You can rub a person that you're very confrontational when you're really not. You're just a blunt human being, but that can risk someone, you can rub someone the wrong way, and that can turn into them thinking you're confrontational. It can get you into uncomfortable situations. Like, for example, if you tell someone off, then they're going to be uncomfortable, and you might suffer some consequences. Not them, but you might suffer some consequences. You risk the chance of rubbing someone the wrong way. Some people don't like bluntness because it might be very sensitive, and that's just them. That's not, you can't do anything about that. That's just them. You risk a chance of offending someone. You could offend someone, and it could cause you major problems, like going to jail or having to pay community service, maybe. And the word confrontational is not in your dictionary. So if you're blunt, I'll be honest with you, confrontation is not in my dictionary. But if you say it to the wrong person, you're going to get into a confrontation. It may be in their dictionary, but not in yours. And if that is not in your dictionary, that could cause some major problems for you in the future. Now, another thing with being blunt is it can give you a high self-esteem. There are some good parts to it and some bad parts to it. The good part is you feel happy. Okay, if you're a blunt person, that can lead you to happiness in a unique way because you're not as stressed as you could be. And this is kind of good in my eyes, but maybe not in yours. You kind of don't care what people think of you. So, to be honest with you, I don't care what people think of me. That's just me, and I apologize. And that can take away some of the life stresses because if you don't care what people think of you, think about this. If you don't care what people think about you, your life stresses are almost gone. Some of the life stresses that you have in your life are going to be gone. Now, however, though, there are some bad things. It can lead you to have an attitude, and you may not realize it, but being blunt can also lead you to have an attitude, and it can cause an ego and some arrogance to you. And if you do that, that could lead you to being a hothead and turn you into a Mr. Potato. I think that's enough of bluntness. Let's talk about honesty. Well, as I mentioned before in my last episode, I took a brain trip, and I learned in that brain trip that honesty is the best policy, and I've used that method ever since that trip. Even in my mistakes, I tell the truth, just like Benjamin Franklin did. Okay, the only reason why that my mind is because I had an English assignment, which was the hardest assignment I ever had to do. So I apologize, Miss Finn, but anyway. There are some good parts and some unique bad parts about being honest. Now, the good is obvious. It's a good thing to have, but some good parts are it could keep you out of trouble, because if it keeps you out of trouble, you're not going to be a thug or called that. or it can lead you to the circle of love. Now, I do not mean the circle of life on the Lion King. I mean the circle of love, which means honesty attracts honesty. You have a higher chance of getting a wife or a spouse than lying with honesty. Once you lie, honestly, it breaks a person's hard truth, and it may take some time to earn their trust back. And if you lie, their trust might be gone for a while, and it takes some time to earn it, and you don't want to go through that steps. Trust me, I know. And another part is the worst truth is better than the best lie, because think about it. It might be the best, but it's not. Because think about this. If you tell the worst truth, you may get at least less punishment than telling a better lie. I know it sounds weird, because you always want to say better is better than worse, but in this case it's not. I know it sounds unique, but I understand it perfectly. It gives you friends. I have been honest since that trip, and I have developed a lot of friends, so honesty has worked for me. Woohoo me. And honesty creates trust. That is the circle. If you are an honest human being and a good person and sincere, it can lead you to trust. And there are going to be a lot of people who trust you. They may not be your friends, but they might trust you. However, there are some bad parts about being honest. An example is when you just don't want to share, or a personal story. Okay, what I mean by that is maybe there's some personal going on in your life that you cannot control, okay? Don't share it with us. That is your business, and that is a problem that you must solve. Now, if you want to be honest, you can, and we'll help you. But if you don't feel comfortable being honest about that, it's okay. I would understand, and someone else with autism would understand, and this world would understand. I promise you they would. Another example could be relationships. Okay, what I mean by this one is relationships are good. Don't get me wrong. But if you're honest about some of the stuff with the relationship, that's going to lead you bad. It's better, but it's going to be bad. Like, for example, if you're having an affair with someone, that's bad, okay? You need to be honest with it, and it's going to be bad, but it's also kind of good because you're being honest and you're telling the truth. But if you lie about it, that's bad. So yeah, it's bad, but good in a unique way, I guess is the way to put it. Or when you don't like an idea. People with autism tend to be quiet when someone is proposing an idea that they don't like. Okay, speak up, man. You just gotta speak up. And yeah, they may not listen to you, but at least you spoke up and weren't living in your comfort space. You were speaking up and telling them, hey, I just don't like this idea. Can we do this? They may not like it, but you were honest. And you didn't hide in your bubble. Another final example could be sharing your embarrassing past. And what I mean by this is a recent event has happened with my mother that's pretty embarrassing. Now, based on requests, I cannot tell you guys the embarrassing thing. But my point is she was embarrassed. And an embarrassing thing could happen to you. So if you don't feel comfortable and that's too embarrassing, that's not a good time to be honest. Don't share it. Just keep it to yourself, and if it's funny, just laugh at yourself. It's okay. But hey, if you want to share it, be my guest. Because hey, it could turn to a good inside joke. Well, I think that's all for this episode. I know it's very short. I just hope that this will help you, or will help anybody with autism understand the difference between honesty and bluntness, because to this day, I'm still working on it. And I still struggle with it. I still get those uncomfortable silences, and I hope this helps you all understand the difference between honesty and bluntness and figure out the times when to be honest and the times when to be blunt. And I hope you learned something about bluntness and honesty, and I cannot wait for more episodes to come. Thanks for joining me for this episode. Please tune in for another episode coming in very soon. I hope you enjoyed listening to me ramble. Thank you very much.